Prawns are my husband's favorite, and every now and then I try to give him a little treat. So let me show you how I made this delicious goodness that will have everybody coming back for more. I started off by cleaning and deveining the prawns, which I'll be showing you how to do right now. So if you do not know how to devein your prawns properly, this is how to do it. I cut mine deeper because I wanted to butterfly the prawns, and when that was done, I just set that aside and I went ahead to prep the ingredients that I'll be using for the sauce that we are pairing the prawns with. I roughly chopped some onions, some garlic, some tatashe. You can use red bell peppers if you don't have tatashe, and some scotch bonnets. If you don't like really spicy food, you can add some tomatoes to yours. I heated up some oil and just fried everything. When the onions was fragrant and translucent, I added the garlic. I let that fry a bit before going in with the pepper mix. Allow that to cook down before seasoning. Season really lightly with 1 seasoning cube, then some brown sugar, and I went in with some soy sauce. Gave that a good mix. Allow that fry a bit, and the sauce was done. Then I went ahead to prep the prawns. I just transferred that to a plate, and then in another plate I cracked in 3 eggs. In another plate I added some breadcrumbs, and in another plate I added some cornstarch. Once everything was set, I went ahead to season my prawns with some pepper mix, and then I began to just dip and coat everything, first in the corn flour, then in the egg, and then in the breadcrumbs. Did this for all of the prawns. I'll be using my air fryer for this, but you can also deep fry. I didn't want to. Arrange that on a baking tray and sprayed some oil on the prawns, then into my air fryer it went. I set the timer, flipped, and sprayed some more oil on the side that I just flipped out, and in no time this was done. I served this with some fried yams and some fried plantain and some of that really good spicy sauce. When I tell you that this meal was bussing, it was bussing. Right now I cannot tell you whether it was me or my husband that enjoyed this, but we had a really good time. So let me know if this is a recipe that you are going to try, and thank you for watching. Hi guys, make dinner for my family with me. Today I am cooking snails paired with yam chips and pepper sauce. For my pepper base for the sauce, I am going to be using just red bell peppers and green bell peppers. You can substitute the red bell peppers for tatashe if that's what you can find. I gave everything a rough blend and set it aside. Then in my mini processor, I just went ahead to chop up some scotch bonnets. I had already washed the snails the day before, so I just went ahead to season this with some pepper, some onions, and some seasoning powder. Added enough water that will cook the snails until they are tender. Then I just went ahead to chop up additional vegetables that I'm going to be using to finish up the snails. I also went ahead to slice up the yam into chips and my desired sizes, and by the time I was done with these, the snails were done as well, so I just checked in on that and then I started on the sauce. I honestly didn't want to do too much with this because I just wanted minimal ingredients and maximum flavor. That was the goal. Once the sauce was cooked down, I just seasoned with some garlic powder and some seasoning powder, mixed that properly and allowed it to simmer down, and when that was done, I just put it down and I started on frying the chips. Then I went ahead to finish up the snails. I added a little oil in a pan with some onions, sauteed that and went in with the chopped vegetables. Combined properly before going in with the cooked snails, and I seasoned with some oyster sauce. Then I went in with 1 shot of whiskey and I just allowed that to glaze on medium-low heat for about 2 minutes, and food was ready. This tasted so insanely good. Thank you for watching.